What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bio Bros, the podcast where we take local problems and flip them into science powered business ideas. I'm Kheffa.
And I'm Rangga, and today, brace yourself. We're talking about two things you might not realize are connected: plastic waste and food contamination.
Yup, sounds gross already, right? But trust us, it's actually super important. And yeah, it's happening right here in our local community today.
You know what's wild? We eat about a credit card's worth of plastic every week, according to a 2019 study by WWF.
A whole credit card. So basically, we're building up loyalty points to a plastic buffet.
But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. We got a solution. And it's gonna sound weird at first, but it involves cassava. Yep, the root. Stay tuned.
Okay, so here's the thing. We use plastic for everything, especially packaging food. But what happens to it after we throw it away?
Most of it ends up in trash piles, get burned, or worse, break into tiny pieces called microplastic that go into the soil and water. Spoiler alert, it doesn't just disappear.
And here's the freaky part. Those microplastics, they can end up inside us. Like, literally. Studies have found plastic particles in veggies, meat, and even human blood.
And we're not exaggerating. The plastic that you used to wrap your sandwich yesterday could end up in the lettuce on your burger tomorrow.
Yikes! And when plastic gets burned, which happens a lot around markets and in some farms, it releases toxic gases. We're talking cancer causing stuff.
Basically, it's messing up our food system from farm to fork. You ever seen a veggie wrapped in plastic inside a plastic bag inside another bag? Like chill, it's just one cucumber.
For real. And then that plastic sticks around for like what, 500 years? Meanwhile, the cucumbers bat in only 5 days.
Fun fact, a 2022 study found microplastic in 92% of tap water samples tested around the world.
Next, we're going to be discussing about who gets affected. So, now you might be thinking, well, I just recycle, so I'm good. But actually, this hits everyone, especially local farmers, street vendors, and low income families.
Yeah, farmers are growing crops in contaminated soil, vendors are wrapping hot food in cheap plastic, and people buying that food. They're the ones eating it.
It's a cycle, and a dangerous one. People trust local food because it's fresh, but if the packaging or environment is unsafe, it defeats the purpose.
And it's not just health issue, it's economic. Sick people can work, unsafe food doesn't sell, and plastic pollution hurts tourism and community image. Honestly, we all eaten street food wrapped in thin, hot plastic at least once.
Yep, and you know when the plastic gets all soft and oily? That's not flavor, that's all toxins. So, what's our business idea? What if we just ditch plastic? Like, what if we made packaging that's safe, natural, and even helps farmers?
That's where our idea comes in. We call it Pure Wraps, biodegradable food packagings made from cassava starch, banana leaves, or even sugarcane fiber.
Banana leaves are actually already used in some traditional food stalls, right? But we're thinking bigger, like making sheets or wraps that look like plastic but break down naturally.
And cassavas, the stars here. It's cheap, local, and turns into films that flexible, clear, and breaks down in about 2 months. That's insane.
We team up with cassava farmers, use the leftover starch or peels, and turn it into wraps. We can sell it to vendors, small businesses, and even eco conscious cafes.
And it's not just eco-friendly, it's cool looking too. You can print logos, make trays, and even brand your street stall like a mini green startup.
Local vibe, big impact, that's our goal. Also, cassava is already everywhere in Southeast Asia and parts of Africa. We're just giving it a glow up.
Right? It's not just for snacks. It's about to become the hero of the eco-packaging world.
Fun fact, cassava film can biodegrade in about 45 to 60 days versus 450 years of plastic.
Okay, science fans, here's the nerdy bit. So the magic behind this idea is biodegradations. That's just a fancy way of saying bacteria and fungi eat this stuff.
Yup, unlike plastic that sticks around for centuries, cassava wraps are literally snackable for microbes. They just munch on it and it turns into compost.
And we can even add things like neem or turmeric extract. Natural antibacterials to keep food fresher and safer.
So yeah, science isn't just happening in labs, it's happening in your lunchbox.
Let's be real, bacteria and fungi are doing us a huge favor by breaking this stuff down. Microbes are like the original recyclers.
And using neem or turmeric as natural antibacterial coating, that's literally using nature to protect nature.
And now let's talk benefits. First of all, less plastic, that's our deal win.
But also jobs. We need people to process the wraps, work with farmers, handle packaging. It's a business that gives back to the community.
And schools, markets, even food delivery apps could join in. Imagine your favorite meal coming wrapped in a cassava instead of plastic.
It's cleaner, it's safer, and it's a flex. People could be going on like, hey, my packaging is edible. What about yours?
You know what else is cool? We could even work with schools to get kids involved. Imagine a wrap day where everyone brings a meal packed in our cassava wrap.
Yes, make it a challenge. Who has the greenest lunch? Get influencers involved, post it online, and make it become a trend and a movement.
Oh, and we're not stopping at wraps. We're thinking edible spoons, rice-based forks, compostable cups, basically your whole meal kit. Planet friendly.
And maybe we can do DIY kits too. Teach schools or communities how to make their own wraps. Eco education meets business startup.
It's not just a product, it's a movement.
And for the edible spoon lovers out there, flavors sweet, salty, and even spicy spoons to match your meal.
I'm down for a sambal flavored spoon, not gonna lie.
Alright, folks, if you've ever eaten food wrapped in plastic, this is your sign. It's time to rethink that.
If we can eat a credit card worth of plastic every week without knowing, then we can definitely eat off a cassava wrap on purpose.
And if your packaging can't decompose by the time you graduate school, maybe it's time for a new wrap.
Pure wraps isn't just an idea, it's clean, local, biology based solution to plastic waste and food contaminations.
And hey, it all starts with one wrap, one vendor, one customer. Small steps could result in a big change. Thanks
Thanks
for
for tuning
tuning
in
in to
to Bio
Bio Bros.
Bros.
Catch you
Catch you
next
next
time.
time and
And remember,
remember,
stay
stay
green,
green,
stay
stay
smart.
smart.